Ryan, obviously a few days now from Wednesday. How is the group feeling?
Yeah, obviously we're very disappointed. I think everyone was quietly confident we could come away with something, but just wasn't meant to be, I suppose, on the night. And yeah, everyone's still pretty flat, to be honest, and pretty disappointed. But the good thing about football is there's always a game around the corner, and we've got Sunday to focus on now. So yeah, all our attention switches to Sunday, and hopefully a good result and get the moods up and about.
I know the boys had a day off yesterday, but I guess how have you sort of figured out what was off on Wednesday?
Yeah, obviously everyone's probably looks at it a little bit differently, and whether that's fans or the coaching staff or players. But I think we did pretty much everything but score that second. I think we had a couple of disallowed goals. Yeah, obviously maybe a few penalty shouts. Yeah, a few chances or a lot of chances that we or maybe half chances that we missed. So yeah, I think we pretty much did everything but score that second goal. Probably left it a bit late with the first goal to sort of really come home strong. But yeah, I think it was just one of those games that you probably could have played a number of times and we end up winning 3 or 4-0. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. So yeah, like I said, very disappointed. But yeah, we move on.
You talking about, I guess, the room's feeling a bit flat. Do you sort of lean into the emotions going into, I guess, the final games of this season?
Yeah, I suppose the only way to sort of deal with it is to lean into it, and I suppose you've got to let everyone have their I suppose few days to deal with it. Like I said, we were pretty confident that we'd get it done, so for us not to is disappointing. But yeah, we're all professional. I mean, it is big disappointment, but yeah, it's a quick turnaround again till Sunday. So all the boys will be right to go come Sunday. But yeah, you definitely got to let the boys feel what they're feeling, and then get on with it from there. So yeah, a quick turnaround and the boys will be fine.
Alfie's already touched on the game the Jets played against the Mariners. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it was obviously a great result. I think the Jets have come on leaps and bounds, especially this season. They're a dangerous team. You can see what they've done in the last couple of months, and obviously what they did on the weekend just gone. So yeah, it'll be a tough game. I mean, every team you play in the A-League is tough. Doesn't matter who you're playing. So we're going to have to make sure we're up and about. Like I said, get our mood back up, get everyone firing and positive, and yeah, make sure that we put in a good performance. We're at home again too, which is obviously in our favour. So yeah, we use everything we can to make sure we get the 3 points, because it's pretty vital at the moment.
You talk about trying to get fired up. I guess the prospect of playing maybe finals footy a bit earlier than actual finals might help the group? Yeah,
I think so. I think, well, even the last couple of weeks, every game's a pretty much a must-win. So we've approached every game the same way. We need to get as many points out of these games as possible, and that was for the Champions League too also. But now that that's out the road, we're really concentrating on the A-League and making sure that we put in our best performances, and we play our heart out to make sure we get the 3 points, because like you said, it's pretty do or die at the minute.
How have you found leading the group as captain this season?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the role. I mean, results-wise, it's been pretty up and down, so yeah, it can be challenging at times, but yeah, it hasn't really changed how I approach it. I'm a pretty positive guy. I try and get around the group as much as possible, so I think that helps in a way. But yeah, as a captain, I've really enjoyed it this season, and definitely learning curve each and every week, but something I've enjoyed.
I guess on the off-field side of that, Ophie was talking about really how important it is to focus the shift. Do you find it difficult to help the group sort of change to move on quickly to another game?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, everyone's a professional here. Everyone knows that's sort of gone now. We put that to the side, and we've got very important games coming up, 3 very important games that are pretty much must win. So yeah, it's not hard to sort of get the boys to focus on a quick turnaround and making sure that we're ready to go again and do everything we can to get the 3 points.
I pose the same question to Ophie, but can you imagine more attention on Lockie Rose going into this week?
I think the way we approach every team, we look at their strengths and their weaknesses and how we can utilise our strengths and make the most of their weaknesses, I suppose. So yeah, we'll probably look at individuals. That's the staff do a lot of analysis on players, so they'll be definitely looking at who's the danger men and whatnot. But I think the way we sort of play is we try and worry about as much as we can on our side of things, and then go from there. So, like you said, we had yesterday off. We haven't done too much, so today we'll probably go through some things that we want to do against Newcastle, and then try and apply that on Sunday.
Just back on, I guess, having yesterday off, was that important to kind of just get away from this place?
Yeah, I think on a personal point of view, I think it was, yeah. Initially we were in for recovery, but yeah, after, I suppose, the result, and the emotion, I suppose, involved, it was probably nice to get away from the training ground and have a 24 hours away from each other. We've been travelling a lot and we've been in each other's pockets a lot, so whenever you can get a day in, it's always nice to spend it with the family and I suppose your partner and your kids. So yeah, it was nice to get away, but again, excited to be back in today and get going and have the quick turnaround to really make sure we get back up and about and get on a positive note again.
Ryan obviously was a different role this season. You were playing on Wednesday night. Are you expecting a similar sort of role coming up against the Jets this week?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was pretty nice to be back out on the right, trying to do as much as I can going forward. But I've always sort of, of late, I've always sort of played in the same positions, but over my career I've been one to sort of be able to play in a number of different positions, so it only helps me, and whatever Uffy needs me for this weekend I'm happy to do. As much as I enjoy playing right back, I don't mind playing centre back either, and found it quite enjoyable this season. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, we had yesterday off, so we haven't really done too much tactically, but we'll know more today when we get out on the pitch and what we want to do this weekend. So I have to wait and see, but either way I'm happy.
And do you think you saw how prolific the Jets were in attack last week compared to Lion City Sailors? Do you think it'd be a bit more enjoyable coming up against a team that are going to sort of maybe have a bit more of a go back rather than just sit deep and defend?
Yeah, the A-League is pretty well known for being pretty transitional, so it'd be nice to have a team sort of come at us a little bit, especially in the form they're in. They'll be confident that they can come and score goals, so I think that only helps us go the other way. So yeah, from a neutral point of view, I think it'll be great for fans and that to watch a game of A-League. It's always entertaining. And from a player's point of view, it'll be nice to sort of have a bit more open field to sort of play rather than sort of a parked bus. But in saying that, we need to do whatever we can to find ways to win. So whatever Newcastle turn up and do, that we need to make sure we can find ways to score goals and win the game.
Just a word on teammate Andrew Redmayne, who the club announced will be leaving at the end of the season. What sort of an impact and what sort of a teammate is Andrew?
Yeah, obviously, sad news. I've known Redders for 18 years, maybe a bit longer, but obviously he's been in the club the last, I think, 8-9 years. So not only is he a really good teammate, he's a really good mate of mine. He's my roommate, has been for a number of years. So it's going to be really sad to see him go. It's been probably a difficult season, especially the second half of this season. So it'll be pretty upsetting to see him go. But I think if you just look at what he's done since he's been at the club, it's pretty freakish. So he leaves as a Sydney FC legend, in my opinion. A top guy. Everyone will say the same thing about him. He's a really good teammate, really good friend. So it'll be sad to see him go.
Favourite Redders moments, particularly?
It's hard to go past the penalty shootouts, I suppose. For a Sydney FC point of view, obviously against Perth in the grand final, but as a good friend of Redders, I think the moment he had with the Socceroos where he was the hero to get him to the World Cup, I think you can't go past that.
Must be a good motivator to get it to finals then.
Yeah, it definitely is. We've got a lot of motivation, but just another one was to make sure we finish off as a winner for Redders. Players come and go, but he's been here for so long and he's a legend of the club. So if we can finish on a high note for him, then that's a little bit more extra motivation.